Next, I'm going to be walking through how to add an Allspice button to your recipe site. So in the same place, the Allspice portal, you're going to have your integrated domains. So anytime you want to make adjustments to a specific site, you got to go into your site settings. So you can click anywhere on the row of the site that you want to make changes to. So then scroll down to where you see My Button Library. And additionally, if you want to replace your universal search to trigger the Allspice search, you'd handle that right up here. But in order to add a button, you're going to go right down to Create New Button, and there's a number of different options that you can choose from. So Allspice has a number of pre-built buttons that you can add to be automatically placed on your site, like a hovering button in the bottom right for search and save, or buttons that you could add to your WPRM recipe card, or the summary buttons that you may have seen at the top of a post or right above your recipe card. We also have a number of different custom button options. So what a custom button is it's pretty much a trigger to open a number of different actions of Allspice experiences. So for example, you could have a trigger of a button that opens people's grocery lists, or the guided step-by-step cooking, or search, or pantry, or opening a specific recipe for whatever recipe post that is on. So this is a way for you to have a little bit more flexibility if you want to customize your site and are comfortable with adding design or custom buttons that you want to trigger openings in different places. But for this example, I'm going to show you what a pre-made button looks like in its simplest form. So we could start by clicking pre-made, then choose the option that you would like. In this case, I'm going to do the guided cooking button, and we're going to do a manual placement. A manual placement would mean that we have to add this manually into our recipe card for this specific button. But for other buttons, for example, like the floating button, you could choose automatic placement, and that would allow you to add it either to the right side of your page or the left side completely automatically. So you can change the color right here as well. And you'd go ahead and click Create Button. I've already created this specific button, so it won't allow me to create it twice. You can see right there. But if I close out of this, you would then have it saved, and this is where you could see a preview of what that looks like. So that's the floating button. It would show up in the bottom right or left of your page. Here's the grocery list button that you can see we put into the recipe card, and I'm going to be linking a video right here to show you how to add buttons to your WPRM recipe card next. But a couple other options. Here's the rail, and I'll quickly just show you what a couple of those buttons look like. But anytime you add a button, be sure to go back into your Allspice plugin settings and resync. So I'm going to show you what resyncing looks like. Go to your plugins, go to your Allspice settings, click sync all, or you could just click sync button settings. And then you typically want to just clear your cache on your site. After you clear your cache, you'll be able to go and preview your site. So as you can see here, we have the button added to the WPRM recipe card, and we also have those hovering buttons in the bottom left.